All right, guys, so what's the difference between amateur golfers and professional golfers? Well, it's all about the line of compression. So Craig, one of the things I love that you talk about is this PGA Tour drill. It's all about the line of compression. You do such a good job in your videos showing that and demonstrating. And when I saw you talk about this, there was 3 really cool checkpoints within this one drill. If you were to show us what this PGA Tour drill is, can you kind of talk us through that?
Yeah, exactly. Like just getting closer to these averages of what the great players are really doing. It's just such an important area. And when we do this correctly, we create such a great feel. Let's have a look at this. This is what I want everyone to understand and get into when you're practicing. Take your address position. Now what I want you to do is pop the club around 6 inches out in front of the golf ball. Now what we're seeing with some of the great players, the great ball strikers out there, is a slight lowering down and the closing up of the knees. Now once we can create this compression line, stand in this position, we're calling it like static positional training, we're creating feel. We'll see that these great players are moving down, and it's not much, and it's not like we want everyone to lower their heads and drop their heads down tremendously, but we see the PGA average, we're seeing them lower down a couple of inches, because when they add in the shaft lean here, when they get the hands forwards, it actually shortens the radius of the swing. So I want you guys just to lower down slightly, 6 inches out in front, and create that position by closing up the knees here. And you'll see that lead hip out in front of that ankle in a position where you're going to create that compression line and pure contact.
And we'll put some players on the screen there, Craig, and show that same thing. If you don't mind posing that one more time, one of the cool things you guys want to look for to hit the ball consistently solid that Craig's doing, that the pros will do, is being able to get the lead arm and the shaft relatively close to in that one line, basically up through the lead leg past the golf ball. We'll show the Adam Scotts and other pros doing that. And going from impact back to there just to get a feel of what we're trying to do. Craig mentioned this lead hip and this lead leg getting outside of the ankle, obviously the weight shifting forward. The right knee, Craig talks about, get the right knee to the finish line. We're gonna give you a cool drill coming up in a little bit. And Craig, that's like if there was a lineup from the golf ball, you see really good golfers getting their right knee to that line before the hands would get there.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we're seeing. And then when we look at the averages of movement, we look at this right leg. I mean, it's important. If we look at 500 great ball strikers and they're all within a couple of degrees of each other and you're not, well, we need to have a look at that. So, I mean, just getting that right knee, there's so many great drills and feels that we can use, but getting the right knee to the finish line before the hands do opens up the hips, gets the transfer weight, helps you get the tilts and turns and adds to that compression.
Beautiful. All right, Craig, let me give this one a go here. So I've just got like an 8-iron for this is okay, right? I'm doing this with an iron. So 6 inches in front. Let's see if I can mimic this. And I'm trying to feel like what my body feels like in that position, right? Like through that motion.
Exactly.
That I can take into my swing. So I'm going from normal to here. I've got the club and arm more in one line. I've got the right knee feeling forward in line with the golf ball.
And just a slight lowering down, yeah, just to get the tilts of the body in the right position.
And when I feel the lowering for me in particular, Craig, I'm kind of feeling that as like a right rib cage, like right side oblique crunch. Is that?
Exactly, that's exactly what I feel through the golf ball.
So arm and club in one line, right knee feels a little bit forward in. And that right knee working in is a big piece in allowing my hips to turn, right? That's a big component for the hip rotation.
Exactly, exactly.
Let me do that one more time. Hips are forward. Hips are turned, and I'm just kind of, you like to just kind of go back and forth from like feeling that to set up, feeling that to set up.
I think one of the important things is here, like when we look at this static positional training, they say that when we make a movement in the next movement within a few seconds, they're estimating that we have a 60 to 70% feel left over from that movement. And this is why it's just such a great drill.
I like that. So I'm gonna hit that with that same sort of feel. So I'm just trying to feel that now through my hip, right, Craig? That's like, how do I get back through that same spot? Let's go ahead and do an 8-iron here with that. Yeah, and there's a really solid, high, straight 8-iron.
That was ripped.
Yeah, I'd take that one. If you're tired of hitting great shots on the range, but terrible shots out on the course, the Swing Coach app is exactly how you're gonna fix that. The new Swing Coach app uses AI to automatically detect the real root cause of your swing faults. Now, here's what makes this revolutionary. You get immediate audio feedback after every swing.
Hands at half down, steep by 1. Hands at impact, close by 1.
it automatically identifies your root issue. It then tells you on a scale of 1 to 10 how far off you are from neutral. Imagine knowing on every single swing instantly if you did it right or not and being able to adjust. You would get so much better, so much faster. Now, if you don't know exactly how to fix it or improve it, I'm right there in the app with you, talking you through exactly what to feel and how much to do it in every single part of your swing. Get your free 2-week trial of Swing Coach today. The link is down below. I promise this is gonna change how you practice golf forever. Craig, another really cool one I saw you do. I haven't seen this drill. I think you learned it from your coach maybe back in the day.
That's right, yeah.
How to feel that right knee working through. Can you show us that one?
Yeah, I think this is a really good drill, like just to create the body awareness, create some sequence, create some timing. I think for amateur golfers, it's a tough one to get the legs and the hips to move, transferring the speed of the club to the speed of the body. This is really, really important. Let's have a look at this. I mean, the first thing I like to do sometimes is just to get the fingers to click. And you can just get a feel of when that right knee is coming. Now, what my coach showed us back then was actually just to hit that right leg on the way through, and you get the knee working inwards. Obviously, when you're doing this drill, what you want to try and do is obviously keep your right knee always in, not moving in this direction. But getting that timing from the top of the swing, really when we get to the top, the first move that we're seeing is the leading of the hips and the moving slightly forwards with the knees. And if we can get this timing, you're going to open, you're going to cover, you're going to create compression and stay on top of the shot. It's one of the key moves for great ball strike.
Yeah, I love that. All right, Craig, let me give that a go here. And so when I'm feeling this with the hand hitting the knee, I'm going to skip the Elvis thing because I've got no rhythm and flow whatsoever. But if I'm hitting my knee with my leg, this is like, my goal here is to feel that right leg and trail side like pushing forward and shifting forward.
Yeah,
it's just like a way to feel that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if I'm going back with my trail hand and hitting the knee, I think that's such a nice, simple reminder, something we can do on the range, something I could take out into the golf course and feel really easy, but gets a lot done.
It's like some of those thoughts we need sometimes. We need something simple that we can take out onto the battlefield, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. And so I'm sort of feeling that if I take that into my PGA drill here, my line of compression, club and arm in one line, right knees forward towards the left, right in line with the ball. I feel that slight crunching of my right side.
Yeah.
And this is all, these things work together, right? These are all things that the best players are doing through impact. And so it's okay to think about and feel those. In fact, we need to get into those same sort of positions.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to feel that once or twice, feel that right knee forward. Let me hit one with that same thing. I should feel some nice compression here if I can get through that same spot. Yeah, and there's another really solid one.
Yeah, it's a pure strike.
It's a slight push, but a good one. I would take that all the time. So obviously lots of talk with the trail leg, right? Because it's an important piece here. One of the other things that I like, sort of combo this drill for someone who's watching, is not only do I want to get a feel where I can get that right leg in line with the golf ball and get the knee forward, I also like this concept, Craig, that you talk about of closing the gap of the knees. And a really nice checkpoint for this from either view, but definitely from the face on, is to be able to get the knee where the right knee and left are pretty close, right?
That's it, yeah, yeah.
By the time the arms are parallel.
Yeah, it's that getting that timing. Once the arms are parallel to the ground, that's the checkpoint that you want to get, closing up your knees. It helps us turn and it helps us move laterally through the ball. It's getting that combination.
Yeah, so the right knee working in actually helps my hips turn.
Yeah.
And as I'm feeling that, the weight working to the outside part of my left foot, that's a big piece that's going to help the hips go forward.
Yeah, I think when a lot of people turn, they leave the right knee over the ankle and it gets them in all sorts of trouble.
Too far back. Okay, so I'm going to do that same thing here, kind of line of compression, and then take that into arms parallel and make sure that right knee is close to my left from face on. You'll also see from down the line, it's close to my left. And like Craig mentioned, it's not working forward this way. Right, stays inside that fence, up your toes.
Fence line, yeah.
It's a right knee working in towards the left. Let me go ahead and do that one more time. So grab my feel, back to here, grab my feel, back to here, and then I'm going to hit. I'm going to kind of try and pause at that follow through spot. And there I feel my right, hit that as good as I could, Craig. Here I feel that same thing with my right knee very close to my left, fully turned into my finish position.
Yeah, get the knees kissing and moving through the ball that way. It's just so effective.
Awesome. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Love doing videos with Craig. He's so good. I'm going to put a card on the end of the screen, another one we did with Craig. And keep your eye out. We have more videos with Craig. How many times can I say Craig at the end of this video? We got more coming up with him. If you guys are interested in the school with me and Craig, in the springtime, we'll put a link down below as well. We'd love to have you down in Florida or up here in PA next summer. Any questions, always leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more like this, check out this video next.